Hands together. Breathe. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev
Namo
Om
Namo
Namo Gurudev Namo Ad Gurudev
Jagat Guru Sat Guru Namah Siri Guru Jai
Jagat
Jagat Guru Namah Sat Guru Namah Siri Guru Jai
Ad Jagat
Jagat Guru Namah
Sat
Sat Guru Namah
Siri
Siri Guru Jai Namah.
Breathe. And now, here is our, what are we doing? This is a message.
Yeah.
Oh, chat. Okay. So now, do you all understand how to get the chat? Parmatma, can you understand that? Oh, unmute, please.
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay, good. Okay, so now, Japa Saraswati,
Yeah.
please talk, read.
Okay, hold on.
Slowly.
I'm sending it to the text messages because it's long. So it's a 3-part message. Okay, so everybody should have it both on their phone as well as on here. Tuning in. Dear light workers, as you have not talked much about my personal situations from CNR, Consciousness No Reality, but now Baba Siri Chand insists that I now will talk to you as our own human understandings, similar with all of us. For instance, last week Sat Siri said that she had become disassociated for a few days, and then after that, she was able to be fine, even better. Her difficult karmas are leaving then, and feeling so much better. When 2 weeks ago I was with friends listening to a TV show with Rachel M. together, but during that time and more, while I was blanking out, the next day I realized that I, as well as Sat City, was during our downloads from the upper frequencies and perhaps more create understandings. Do you all have that too? I am also finding that certain foods, such as organic, yummy, fresh food, as well as dehydrated, are especially delightful and expansive. But then when someone mistook my veggie Beyond Burger, yikes! When that bite of meat felt was not only dead, but actually felt as death. Automatically, I seem to have lots of dreams and when I awake and during my days, I am amazingly happy. And when I see those terrible TV news, I feel so deep compassion inside my heart. Even if you thought that your EDS had made a bad problem with anger, fear, nastiness, upset with others, etc., but ask your soul, CNR, to find out what was your everyday self's problem. So do listen from that and be from your truth for you. You may be surprised. In other words, aren't we becoming with more powerfully subtle energy, creative ideas, deep learning, pure loving, and more? Do you want your free will to take this CNR path, even though you are during really, really difficult dark times? Even though you and your friends and your family may die, would you still have your free will for this CNR path? Meditation, 1 minute.
Wait a minute. Does everybody understand that? Does anybody not understand that? Okay, go ahead. Was somebody saying something?
Well, I was gonna, this is Parmatma. I'm just saying, so with those burgers you ate, that was you talking, right, Siri Gian? And
Yes.
uh, that's right. And so you had a very horrible, you had a feeling like it was death. Is that right? And or
Yes.
you felt
Yes,
a
for
really
me.
horrible feeling. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
It's
those burgers are really not good for you. I'm not going to go into telling you why and explaining it all right now, but do not eat those burgers.
well, I didn't mean to.
No, I know. I mean, those are death. They are death.
Exactly. Okay. So now meditation. Japa Saraswati.
Okay, 1 minute of heart pumping, followed by 5 minutes of consciousness, no reality. And consciousness, no reality is strong heart breath, slide from fear, no reality, no thinking, no everyday self, but only feel, just be. Then we'll spend 2 minutes to become awareness, and then what happened from everyday self. Use your notes. Then we listen and share. Lots of love, Siri Gian.
Good. So you got it, right? Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Edge. Okay. All righty. So here we go and begin with 1 minute heart pumping and begin. And now 5 minutes heart breath. Inhale. Exhale. 2 minutes, become awareness, and then understand what happened from EDS. Use your notes. And inhale. And breathe. Does anyone need more time?
I always want more time.
Okay.
When the time is on, you start. Isn't that one of the 5 sutras? It's the Aquarian Age.
Oh, yes. Okay, so let's begin with Aagia Pal.
So the first thing when we, yes, give permission for free will to take the CNR path is to recognize that we become open, that we are to become, we allow ourselves to be open channels for our cosmic brethren, whether it be a team of Arcturians or whatever our team is, when we allow this free will to take the CNR path, understand that that we will be mouthpieces. We will channel what our cosmic family wants all of us, to know. And if we block the so it feel yeah, okay, so it feels strange, like dissociating, blanking out, whatever. It doesn't feel comfortable, but that's a part of and the first step in allowing our free will or our EDS to take this to move in through the portal of CNR. Now, that's a big step. But once we do it, he showed me, it's kind of funny, but Baba showed me um, a riverboat on the Mississippi River, kind of like a Tom Sawyer, like a long time ago, Huckleberry, those. And the riverboat has a wheel on it, and the wheel turns. And as the wheel turns, it pushes water out. And but we don't see that. And the water is, so it's pushing against the resistance of the water, but then it takes the water up and the water flows down. And this is about, he's showing me that this is really a natural movement forward of letting go, of releasing, of, it's interesting, the water element came here. And it's a natural aspect of this releasing, which we are all doing now in different ways. There was the way of the mistake of giving meat instead of the plant-based Beyond Burger. That's one way that it happened for Siri Gian. It happens for us in Sat City in a different way, but and for me, the propanol that I had this morning for my procedure, it was the same thing. I come out of it and it's like, we get work done, but we give permission. We've given permission. And so as light workers, where it's really, 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 really important for us, imperative, that we know that we don't be afraid. We know it's part of the work of releasing all of these old karmas, because, as I think I wrote previously, that it's very important to let go of anything negative so that we can rise, if you will, that we can, go into lighter, higher dimensions. So basically, the story was, he was teaching me about what karmas, the riverboat release, how it does it, releases, releases the karmas, releases what gets in our way. And he reminds me, he says, what's in the way is the way. So it's like, this is what, there's no going around it, we're going through it. And that it's very cool, we're moving. However, we can't get caught up in everyday self. Oh, I want to do it now. Oh, this got to be faster. Oh, don't got caught up in impatience. And that was the message for me, because I'm prone to that. And so that just let this happen, become mouthpieces, become channels. If and he reminded me of a video I watched with David Clemens in it and Pam Gregory. And David Clemens is a physicist, par excellence, who did a 180 and now channels his cosmic team. And and then as I watched that, I said, okay, this is basically where we're all going. We're all opening up. And this is why we give free permission for our free will, to participate, to not fear, but to be a part of CNR. And and because it's so powerful beyond our wildest imaginations, he says. And that together with this is a dedication to being to allowing ourselves to participate and to be in CNR, because this is helping us to get to evolve beyond the old. What we're doing now is we're evolving beyond the old world. It's not gonna. We're going into a new world, and so this is all part of it, and it's all, again, with he mentioned Three Eye Atlas. This is all a part of the energies that are beneficent energies that are coming to us to help us to rise to a new to higher dimensions. So there's much more to us than our bodysuits, and that he just, kind of emphasized, I'll say again, that we give permission to be open channels of this loving energy, that and in fact, even more so now, to ground ourselves in grounding is so important in our hearts, in the bliss of our hearts, and especially now in the time of the 19, 20, and 21 of December, when Three Eye Atlas comes as close as it's ever been to our Earth. And so Mother Earth, everyone's preparing. And then I end with, I thanked him. I said, "Thank you for sending Snow Dancer. What a gift." And he just smiled and he said, the gift of having Snow Dancer come and eat out of your hand was a message that the wild, the divinity, and the wild is part of me, part of all of us. And I said, and I'm grateful that I acknowledged it, without fear. So I guess that's the message, and I'll pass the time.
Wow. Okay. This is great. Okay. Does anybody understand?
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Listen with Aagia Pal with the
Yeah, that's incredible. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, good. No, don't thank me. It's what's coming through me. See, everything is coming through us now.
Yep.
So everything, like what Siri Gian, just the catalyst for all of this was what, she put here. And so remember that we are mouthpieces of the divine, and our cosmic beings are coming to us through this, because obviously they don't have human form. And so we got work to do here, folks, because we have arms and legs and everything, and we can do stuff, and they have to do it through us, because they obviously aren't in low enough frequency to move into a material form.
Wonderful.
Satnam, can I jump in? This is Sat Siri, Boston, Metro West.
Satnam.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, Aagia Pal, I love that message. And I've been obsessed with a concept I never knew before, and probably maybe Japa Saraswati might know it, or other people in the group. Tikkun Olam, which is Hebrew for repairing the world. So it really builds on an abyss. You know how things just come out of nowhere?
When?
Tikkun Olam.
Can you put that in the chat? I don't know how to spell it.
Okay, I'll just tell you.
Okay.
Tikun Olam, Olam.
Oh, thank you. Tikkun Olam. Mm-hmm.
And it's such this incredible Jewish concept for our lives. We are created to repair the world. And it's action, but it's action driven and energized by soul.
Mm.
And it's a beautiful way to, it's kind of the embodiment, the soul. We have bodies, soul has a body. So we can do that work. And it really ties in with earlier comments about why Yogi Bhajan wanted us to think of. Like I had a yoga teacher, and Guru Tej and his wife at the time came to Pittsburgh, and all right, we're gonna do 3 hours of whatever, really, Sat Kriya. I'm so grateful for the teachers that I've had, and continuing to be able to have a community, to be able to have that yoga which embodies the soul, just developing the strength to deliver the gifts of the soul, I guess what I'm trying to say. But for some reason that I've been obsessed with this idea of Tikam Alun, Olam. Does anybody else know about it or have heard
Okay.
about it?
Spell it again, please.
Sure. It's capital T as in top,
Mm-hmm.
I as in icicle, K as in kite,
Mm-hmm.
K as in kite, U as in umbrella, and N as in novel. So that's tikkun, and then, and I believe it's Hebrew, olam, another capital O, Oscar, like Oscar, L as in light, A as in apple, and M as in mercy.
Mercy.
Oops. Oh, N, sorry.
M is a mercy.
Cancel that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's such a long, deep presence on the planet through Judaism, where this is our job we have the body that in cases our soul, or gives us the way to express our soul, and our job. Here's your assignment, and here on Earth School is work to repair the world. And I'm ending a really good therapist that I've had here out of Teddy Kennedy's Baby Advocates for Mental Health here, and he's moving on to an easier job. His
What?
advocate, he's moving on. So our friend, our connection working in therapy is ending. And wow, what a profound, we worked together for 4 years, and he pioneered EMDR. That's like energetic. It's clear. It cleanses cleanses memory, completes and cleanses memory, which I got to do with him, which is pretty hard to find at, advocates community health care level. Usually it's like $300 a pop. And my session costs $40. Just he was such a gift to the community and really pioneered this powerful modality. I think Yogi Bhajan would have loved it in our community. But I did so much cleansing through. I was assigned when I first got into the Dharma, Sat Kriya in the morning, and so darshan at night. Start your day with Sat Kriya. And in my earlier days, I was, who forgot who called me this, but in Pittsburgh, marching in my whites, it was like, what did they call me? Adi Nazi, because I
Mm-hmm.
was so intense. It's like, chill, come on, relax, Sat City. So that was my nickname when I got too intense, Adi Nazi. Anyway, I'm so grateful for everything everybody shared, and I'm so grateful for this path, and it's just a delight to be here. It's like fulfillment of a deep longing for my soul to be with, in communion with our soul group answer, the soul group. Pass. So Tikkun Olam, it's a deep tradition, basis of like the American Christian Judeo tradition, and it's a very Jewish, where I'm living near Wellesley, Massachusetts. It's so many synagogues and so much of a powerful Jewish community here, doing great work, by the way, and Christian as well. It's just really fun to meet these really spiritual people. And somebody from the ashram is part of a spiritual community where people are getting together from all different religious backgrounds, Sikhs, Jews, Christians, whatever. So I pass. Thank
Wonderful.
you for listening.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias.
Okay.
De nada.
Okay. So now this is Parmatma. Parmatma, what were you talking about? That meat for death? What were you talking about?
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm not sure if can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought you meant that you ate the Beyond Burger and that then you got that feeling of death. But now that I'm rereading it, maybe you're saying that somebody mistook,
Yep.
actually took away your veggie burger and you ate some meat, some
That's
actual meat.
right. That's right.
Okay, okay. Okay, now I understand. Never mind.
Okay.
I don't think the Beyond Burgers are actually good for you
Well,
myself.
that's true. But that was well, anyway, it's for protein for veggies, but I'm not doing that anymore.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, I've been doing this every day. I love it. This heart breath and um no reality
Mhm.
meditation, CNR. It's very, very timely, you know. When I do it, and just as I was doing it now, I just get a really calm feeling, like I can it's kind of a feeling like um that I know that my knowing is online. My knowing comes online. But I also see the color pink, which to me is always Mother Earth. It just feels like Mother Earth. Whenever I did a lot of soul answer work and stuff, I always got to that color pink, and then I felt like I was connected. It may be different for other people, but I was connected with Mother Earth.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Good. And what else do you feel about that?
About CNR?
Yes, and about your Mother Earth.
Yeah, I feel that Mother Earth is working very hard and uh, is going through a lot of changes, and that she herself is releasing a lot, and that we are releasing a lot, and that it's very, very important to release. And I always think of the words you used to use. You used to say, don't stuff emotions. And
Do
I
not
think that
stop. Is that what you
you
said?
used to say a lot, don't stuff your emotions, remember?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I feel right now at this time, that we're all being kind of triggered to kind of really get it all out there, whatever it is, anger, sadness, and not really, really not stuff your emotions. I really think that stuffing your emotions can lead to cancer in particular.
There you
I
go.
really feel that. And I feel like Mother Earth is just like us. She has to, I mean, in that she has to express her emotions. And you know, she has to release, you know, like volcanoes and different things. She has to release, and she has to release in order to make it so things don't build up. And then things would get worse if she didn't release. And I think that's a lot like us, that we have to not let things build up, or else and release, find ways, or recognize the ways that we do release. And it's probably different. I think somebody said that already. It's probably different for different people, but just not to stuff it all down and not let yourself feel. But I mean, we're being challenged on every level, politically, through our community, through our family. That I feel that way. I've been feeling that way for a while. So yeah, I mean, I haven't really talked to you, Siri Gian, for quite a long time because I've been occupied with a lot of things. But I just all of a sudden came online here, you know, the last couple of weeks because I'm feeling, really feeling, you know, I really know that a lot of stuff is happening, and I have been having a lot of dreams, and yeah. Dreams are the main way I get information, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Like,
dreams are the way, yeah, dreams are the main thing. And for me, and I get that information, and then that information is in my subconscious. So then when I'm in a situation, or I'm in a conscious situation, the answers are there because I already dreamed them, if that makes sense.
yes. Okay. Okay. I'm just writing this down. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what about is Sahaj available? Is she available?
I am. I just
Oh,
had
good.
to scramble for my phone, and that's so fitting because I'm in my son's workshop warehouse, and I'm getting ready to go home to Juneau for a bit. I didn't complete the entire task here, but I got a great deal done, and I'm almost there.
Okay, tell me again. What are you doing?
I am still in Oregon, where I've been for some time, trying to close out my son's business.
Okay.
And so I'm in his warehouse, and that's basically where I've been working for months. And now I'm preparing to go home for a while. But over a month ago, I bought a dozen roses. I was at the grocery store one day, and they had $8 roses. I was like, wow, a dozen beautiful roses for $8. I can do that for myself. So I brought them back to the shop, and they put them in what was one of my son's water bottles. And I've been just giving them a little bit of spring water every day. It's been over a month. And until about a week ago, they stayed as fresh as the day I got them.
No kidding.
And I have, when I first came and was first going through his things, and this warehouse was full of stuff, his personal stuff and business things. I was going through his personal papers, and I found a place where there was a little stack of cards that he had saved from people. But in there was one that was blank, but on the cover it says, "You're doing great, Mama." And so I have that underneath of the roses. So every time I walk in here, I see, and I hear him saying, "You're doing great, Mama." But I just noticed the other day, so about a week or so ago, I came in and one of the roses was dying, and I immediately got the message from the roses like, "It's time for you to, you know, not that it's time for you to be wrapping things up." And I didn't quite entirely know what that meant at the time because it still seemed like there was a big chunk of stuff to get done. But I was like, okay, I just read. And then I would come in, and each day there'd be one more rose that had leaned its head over and was clearly ready to go. And so I thought, oh, you're counting down the days for me. And so I started getting these messages. It's like, okay, oh, I'm going. I'm not absolutely completing this task. I will be coming back, but I'm going for now. And then I started noticing there's new growth on these roses. I don't even understand it. I didn't even know that could happen. But every rose that remains, there are now 4 left, have sprouted new leaves.
Really?
I've never, maybe I've never kept flowers that long, but like I can't remember exactly when I bought them, but it's definitely over a month, probably a month and a half. And now it's like a little miracle in front of my eyes every day. But it's also such a concrete physical reality that it's undeniable, right? This is real. It's in front of me. I'm looking at it. There's these beautiful spring green things. And I think why I meant to say this particularly, because I was thinking of it, I was listening to the shares, and I turned and I thought, oh, you should tell about that. And then you said, is Sahaj here? So, but I think it's germane to your question about in this really, really difficult time, even if your family dies, or will you still, I can't remember how it's framed, but will you still have your free will for this CNR path? And the answer is if you open to it, the communication is still there. Like, my son is not gone. He's in a different space, but I'm still able to communicate with him. And even in this everyday physical reality, doing mundane tasks, here are these roses communicating with me daily, showing me in physical reality something that's not really supposed to happen in physical reality, but there it is.
Wow.
So I can say yes. I can answer that question. I can say yes. And I'm very grateful that I actually had something to contribute this morning because I didn't think I would.
But this is great.
I think I'll see if I can put a picture of this new growth on this rose. It's just amazing.
I would love that.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll put it in our regular, not the call chat, but the other email thread.
Okay. But we talked about last week to emerging EDS with CNR. This seems like this is happening. Do you think?
Yes, that sounds exactly right.
Isn't it amazing?
It really is. And it's such a gift to just recognize. So like to say, to distinguish CNR from everyday reality doesn't mean doesn't mean you stop having the experience of physical reality. It's just you have another lens through which you can look at it. Or maybe you're, cleaning the windows or something.
Well, that's great. Thank you. And that makes it very possible for the rest of us to have those amazing things. I
Great.
think so.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. What about Gian Das Prem?
Satnam. Okay, wow. There's a lot in here. And I think some of it comes from last week too, into this week, as far as for me personally with the and the non-reality and the coming together with, you know, different consciousness and frequencies that have been shared here within this globe, within this bubble, and things have been happening. So with the body, as far as when you do yoga, right? And then if depending on which type of path you follow with your diet, there's certain awakenings that can happen too, right? And then we breathe and we try to expand our breath and be willing to challenge ourselves to pick ourselves up off the ground every day, or have the ability to at least in some form be able to do that, you know. And if we're challenged to a point where we're unable to do that, then we go inside with what we've learned. And within that learning and noticing life and being, that there is a consciousness in there, right? That we are coming together with our soul and our everyday self in a sense, right? And then the same air from everyone all the way through time, when life could be breathing air. Some life doesn't breathe air above the water. It does its thing below the water. It transfers that energy. It's just, for me today, coming back to that, you know, some of the practices of honoring the dead and grieving and noticing the loss that we have had. In some practices, we can notice that today. We can notice the love that we have for that person, or the feeling that we have, any emotion that we have for that person or that other being, or that thought of the way of being through rules or what have you. I may be repeating myself a little bit, but there's a certain truth there that we carry with the life, with the sharing of the life, and, you know, through that way. So there's a personal experience there that we all can notice and share with one another for our learning experience, to perhaps show that we have overcome some sort of adversity. And when we come to that point, we can have our intention explained and brought forth to a place of our vibration, I guess, in a sense, right? We have this these colors that we're carrying, these numbers, these codes, these it's sort of like when I was younger, I'm going back now to thinking, oh, what was I enthused by when I was younger? What was, you know, this place that brought me to seek to get to this place? And I can see myself, you know, at the sandbox and feeling the sand and working my way around to moving outside of my yard, and, you know, and then finding things that I hadn't seen before in a synthesizer. I came upon a synthesizer, you know, when that was really cool to me. That was almost like the answer to the shortwave, or the answer to the ham radio, or the listening to all of those other channels that so enthused me when I was a child. And what I'm being shown today is, each key of that synthesizer has a dial next to it that has a range, right? That we can dial in the full range of that color or emotion or sound, or that's a communication there that's being broadcast out. And our being is being broadcasted out as a life, as a communication, right? That's so beautiful for us to be a part of this, and that Waigu who just be. We are here to be. Each of us. It's just like so amazing that we're all becoming part of this again, right? The sharing of that, the way of being through everything, and the full flow, of the aura, the sharing of the love. Because from all, through all, below and above, it's okay to be loved. And the seeing of the dreams, they seem to be so real. It's just amazing how real it is that this person can come into your dream and tap you on the shoulder, and that's this person that I thought there's no way that I could ever really like this person admirably. So part of my soul had to show me, right, is the practice of love to all, peace to all, right? This is what we do. That this person actually showed up in my dream and was right there, like there's no avoiding however you want to deal with it. If you want to do it in real time and just have somebody talk and practice to do it. But for me, the dreams are becoming so real, and there was this person here, me here, and that other person over here, all doing opposite things, and I was able to turn over to my other person that I had sort of a friction going on, right? We'll just call it that I was able to turn over to this person and say, wow, hey, there is something admirable or likable about that person, right? Because they're alive. It tapped me on the shoulder, and I think sometimes when you get tapped on the shoulder, it's a message from an angel. So perhaps it could be that person's my seeing of that person, in the higher realm of okay, it's okay now because we're past, the hard blows and the ego and releasing the explanation from the opinion and coming to just that glow of being. Yeah. So, and Waheguru, and just softening more for me personally, and noticing the parts of my body, and breathing into that part of my body, and noticing the life within me, right? Because with the full power of the universe and with the choice of handing it over to the other person, it's also being handed to me, which I am handing it over to somebody else, right? And we're just all connecting in together and sharing that, so that all of the boards and all of the keys on the synthesizer are coming to a different tone and a different story with a varied range. And there can be, a million keys from the river in the sky to the river on the ground, and are finding the flow of connecting all of that together again. Yeah. Aho.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Gave me a really cool song too about patchouli.
About what?
A song about patchouli, and while I write the rest of it, I can eat tabbouleh.
I don't know the last name. Say the word. Letter.
Tabbouleh is like tabbouleh is a
tabbouleh.
dish.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a vegan dish, and it's delicious. And
Yes,
legumes are
yes.
holding a lot of that. Yeah,
Mhm.
the beans are holding a lot of strength and a lot of carrying. We can
Mhm.
carry it. We can go beyond our 100-mile limit if we take beans with us and rice.
Mhm. Wonderful. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, Waheguru.
Yeah. Okay. Japa Saraswati. Are you on there?
I'm here, Satnam.
There you are.
All right, my message today has a lot of Sanskrit, you guys. This is the message from Baba. So, it was from Siri Gian when you said in the message about delightful foods, yummy, fresh foods, organic foods that are especially expansive. And um, in my meditation, so the word pranayama, the prana is the vital life energy that rides the breath. Many people think that it's the breath, but it's not actually the breath, but the prana rides the breath. And another really common misunderstanding about pranayama is that they think that it's prana and then yama. Yama in Sanskrit means restriction, but it's actually ayama. So it's prana ayama. And ayama is expansion, exactly what you were saying about the food. So the it comes from the yam, which means to control or to direct. But like the more metaphorical uh, understanding of yama is, or of ayama is expanding life, growth, and leadership. It speaks of mastery and of stepping into a real sense of grace. And to me, it feels like a true comfort and knowing of the self is when you can breathe fully into it. But it's the same thing when of just that state of grace. So anyway, um,
Hmm.
and uh and what Baba's showing me is about expanding your horizons and and also being both interdependent and sovereign of being sovereign in your own energy but interdependent in this great web of humanity. And what he showed me is that this is a time of growth. And so this really does come back to Ayama, but he says this is a time of growth and that we have to do our best to choose growth. So uh, uh, Yama is restriction or Ayama is expansion. And he says, always choose expansion, always choose growth. And then what he wants me to remind us of is about the three gunas. So in everything that we choose, all of the media that we consume, whether that's food or whatever we're looking at outside, whatever, even the thought forms that we generate, the way that we interact with ourselves, all of these things, it can be tamasic, rajasic, or sattvic. And the tamasic, I recently actually am reminded that tamasic is characterized by inertia, by sitting still, by a real stagnancy. And in food, it's leftover food and especially canned food. So it's funny because there's this one soup that I used to really like, and it was in one of those boxes. And then a couple of years ago, they changed it to being in a can. And now, whenever I eat it from the can, I have this horrible aftertaste, and I don't do it very often, but every time that I do it, I say, ugh, why did I do this? Because and I'm reminded it's tamasic because it's come from the can. But then there's rajasic, which is more like it's more driven by passion and aspiration and activity. And then there's sattvic, and the sattvic is going to be actually more geared toward the ayama or the expansion. Like what he showed me was that the tamasic is about the restriction or the yama, and the sattvic is about the expansion or the ayama. And so anyway, um, yeah, and what he said was to choose compassion, ease, and grace for the self. Always make it easy on yourself by choosing the expansive path. that was basically what I wrote down. There was more Sanskrit in there, but that's where I'll leave it for here. The rest of my pages. Anyway.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because with CNR, consciousness, no reality, is really changing to bring this energy, is becoming greater. And like you say, with expansion, and find out what's really happening.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Mm.
What I wrote down on my another thing with consciousness non-reality, Sat Siri used the word Congress, I think, and or no, communion.
Mhm.
I wrote down Congress and communion with CNR being in Congress and communion with, I
That's
feel like
beautiful.
Mm.
Beautiful.
wonderful. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, it feels like like a healthy way, not of dissociating, but of reconnecting, like that feeling when you get to feeling that feeling of dissociating, immediately drop into that feeling of connection, of that communion and congress with the divine.
Mhm. Mhm. Good. My
Mhm.
felt that when with me that nothing was happening in my brain, and also ask Sat Siri at that time when you talked about dissociation.
Mhm.
Um, uh, I I felt like there was so much. Uh, how do you say? So much more learning or was happening so much that I could not. I had to just wait for that to happen at that point.
Yeah.
Sun
Mm.
City?
Oh, there she is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Did you hear what
No.
I said?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And what did you feel about that?
That what it just is so reassuring that there's always healing is always available. We just have to be open to it.
Yes. Okay. Good. And I also love Japa Saraswati about, what did you call that? Congress and
Communion.
yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Joy, joy, joy.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. Good. I'm so glad to hear from all of you because, I'm just, at the beginning, I just, with Baba Siri Chand, to begin by starting something. And then after that, each of you is bringing from soul, from Baba Siri Chand. And here it is. This is what's happening. And that's the truth from everybody who comes here. Wonderful. Thank you all. Oh, and now I wanted to know our next week would be Christmas Eve. Now, question is,
Mm.
do you want to have another session on the 24th, or would you like to skip it at that time?
Um, I am going to be working at that time, and
Mhm.
um and uh and I was planning to make somebody else co-host and just start the recording and listen in my ears and maybe not participate, or maybe not participate heavily, just be an angel for that day. And I'm happy to do that if that's what other people want to do, or I'm happy to amend the schedule.
Okay. What about other people?
Can you hear me? This is Sat Siri.
Yes.
It would be wonderful for us to gather. That's a beautiful setup that Japa Saraswati, if it works for her, if it's really good for her, I'd
Yeah,
be in
I can
support.
do.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm for
Anybody
keeping with
else?
the current schedule.
Okay.
It's
Oh
in,
yeah.
for me, it's in the morning, so that's easy for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be able to attend. I have been invited to Christmas Eve, like an early luncheon, so I wouldn't be able to attend next Wednesday, unfortunately.
Mhm. So let me ask you, since it's Christmas Eve, maybe you would not have quite the same situation, but maybe just to listen from CNR to feel about pure love and with you and uh, what can we say, with humanity and so on. Would you all like that?
Did you
Mm-hmm.
mean separately, or that would be the theme and we would meet together?
Yes, and then it
Okay,
would be
Why good?
a little bit different.
I love
Oh,
it.
it sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why good?
good. Okay, so um, Japa Saraswati will figure out how to do this.
She'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
And
My text message game will not be as good next week as it is this week. So you guys will have to forgive me for that in advance.
okay,
You're
since
spectacular. Thank you so much.
okay, can you, like you were talking about, to allow somebody else to be the host?
Yes. If Gian Das Prem will do it, all I have to do is really start the recording, and then somebody else can do the rest, and I'll just make sure that the message is preloaded onto the Zoom chat, and
Mhm.
and then it'll be which I'm sorry for the people that have a hard time reading it on the Zoom chat. I think it will probably only be on the Zoom chat next week unless somebody else sends the messages out. But I think that that's a happy compromise under the circumstances, you know?
Yes. Thank you.
Good. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
God bless you. Okay, take
And
care.
are we
All-
going to sing our love song?
Yeah,
Please.
yes, and be for all of the angels with us.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay, so Sahaj, can you talk with our song?
Sure, let me just put my other headset in really quickly. Meanwhile, let's just take a nice deep breath and exhale. One more, let's just inhale long and deep. Exhale nice and sweet. And inhale to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you, all around you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on.
Inhale. Sat. Bless you all. See you
Bless
soon.
all.
Mwah.
Thank you so much. What a great
Love you all.
Waheguru.
Yo.
Waheguru.
See ya.
See ya.